Nurturing environments, children make better decisions. And they add this is especially important when talking to them about the risks of using drugs and alcohol. And this morning, Kelly Kitley, owner of Serendipitous Psychotherapy, joins us now with some answers. So let's begin with having that important conversation, initiating that important conversation. At what age should you begin?
Sure. So people are going to be surprised to hear that as young as 5 years old is when we can start having these conversations, especially if there's alcohol around in the house. And kids are so curious and asking questions, and people have a tendency to refer to it, as I've heard in the media, mommy juice, but we want to make sure that we're not enhancing that and looking at it as something that is enticing, but more, this is a grown-up drink. And certainly if there are any kind of pills or marijuana around the house, it's really important that these things are hidden and out of the reach of these young children.
So not just identifying what exactly it is correctly, but then also talking about the potential dangers involved?
Absolutely, and the effects of it, because we want to educate kids about why, rather than saying, don't do this, this is bad, but the risks that it can have, first and foremost, if there's a family history of any drug or alcohol abuse. And certainly, you know, I'm a big proponent of modeling behavior for parents and being able to show kids other coping mechanisms outside of drugs and alcohol, rather than saying, do as I say, not as I do.
Is this a one-time conversation? Does it need to be ongoing? How frequently do you suggest?
Great question. It's really important to continue to revisit these conversations. And certainly, if people have kids who are going into middle school, 11 to 13 tends to be the age range where kids start to think about being experimental, and they have so much access to information and accessibility to drugs and alcohol, more so than you and I did when we were younger. And so it's important to revisit it then. And then also in high school, ask them, are they going to parties? Can you have an open dialogue? Again, this is about communication. And if it's not with a parent, to have an aunt or an uncle or a trusted adult that they can talk to. And have a policy. If you find yourself in a situation that you feel uncomfortable, no questions asked. Call, we will come and pick you up, we will remove you from the situation, and really building that bond and that trust with our kids.
Important conversations. I am surprised by the 5-year-old number, but especially important as we're in the summer. A lot of kids are going away to college, so yes, really important to talk.
Absolutely.
All right, Kelly Kitley, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Michelle.